What's going on, guys? My name's Andrew, the Black Dragon, and this is another episode of I Play Raid Shadow Legends. And today's going to be kind of a funny episode, maybe. For me, for you, maybe. I don't know, man. See this guy right here? See this motherfucker right here? This little dirty bastard right here? The floor 20 Doom Tower Hard Scarab King. The one that stops all this progress. He just loves stealing your rewards. He loves it so much. If you don't have very specific champions or some very good destroy gear that can take out this boss. The Scarab King. The nastiest fucking boss in all of Raid, man. By a long shot. I have been playing this game for 6 months now and I still don't have a good Scarab King team. I was reading through the boss guide. Looking at his skills. This is going to be an extensive video on how to beat the Scarab King today. And I'm going to take my team in there and I'm going to show you how to do it. Without destroy gear. Without specific champions. Specifically made to beat the Scarab King. Although it ain't going to be fast. You only need to beat him one time. And you only need to beat him in under 1,500 turns. So, let's take a look at this guy's skill kit, okay? Madness Fog attacks all enemies, places a 50% decrease attack debuff, a 30% decrease speed debuff for 2 turns. Places an extra hit on enemies that have no shield buffs. The extra hit places a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Damage is based off attack. Seems pretty bad. Notice a pattern here. I don't know if you guys will notice it, but I'm going to point it out to you here in a minute. Vile Absorption attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on each enemy for each buff on the target. Each hit steals 1 random buff from enemies that have no shield buffs. And removes 1 random buff from enemies under shield buffs. Places True Fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies who have buffs stolen and a Fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies who have buffs removed. Not only that, but he starts the match with a massive shield. And the shield does not disintegrate unless you basically destroy it. The only way that it can be destroyed is if his max HP has been decreased. So if you have no way to decrease his max HP, you're going to be doing 90% less damage. If you decrease it by 10 and 20%, you're going to do 60% damage. Sorry, 40% damage. He's going to mitigate 60% of it. And 30% of your damage is going to be mitigated if you have only decreased his max HP by 20 to 30%. Okay? So that's a very easy way to damage this boss is by decreasing his max HP. However, that can be a little tricky to do when you don't have shield buffs on. Because all that's going to happen is you're just going to end up getting provoked. And you're just going to end up getting True Feared. And you're going to end up having your buffs stolen, buffs removed. He's going to take so many extra turns. He's so fast. He's got a decreased speed as well on his A1. He's just so fancy. He just loves ruining your day. So I thought, what is the weakness of this boss? And then I noticed something. This boss does not have anything that can't be resisted. So, a high resist team would seem quite fair in this spot. So let's start thinking of other things that we can have. If we have high resist, we're not going to have to worry about him stealing our buffs or removing random buffs. We're not going to have to worry about fear or true fear. We're not going to have to worry about getting provoked, which means we're not going to have to worry about having a shield buff up if we can withstand enough damage to begin with. We're not going to have decreased speed. We're not going to have decreased attack. And this boss is just going to be doing nothing. Yes, he's going to counterattack when an enemy has no shield buff, so it would be wise and ideal to at least try to have a shield buff up the entire duration of the match. He is immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, block active skills, block passive skills, fear, true fear, and petrification debuffs. Just to make matters worse, immune to HP exchange effects, HP balancing effects, and your Warlord's not going to work on this boss either because he's immune to cooldown increasing effects. This boss is just nasty. So, I've been working on a team lately, and it's not really... You kind of see me take these 3 into clan boss there that one time, and that's kind of where it all started. If you go a few videos back to the Ursula video, and the clan boss run that I think we made it to turn 49 with a non-unkillable clan boss team in Nightmare. Just with these 4 right here. So... what basically 𝓑𝓬𝓐 and Godseeker, what they do is they're buff extenders. 𝓑𝓬𝓐 is a healer as well. She'll put up block damage. She's very fast because it's in my clan boss build. And her A1, funny enough, will actually place a shield on the champion with the lowest amount of HP. However, when she's paired with 𝓑𝓬𝓙, if you can have shields on all 4 of your other champions, 𝓑𝓬𝓐 will just automatically place a shield on 𝓑𝓬𝓙. So this team effectively could have a shield on them for the duration of the match, because Godseeker and 𝓑𝓬𝓐 will be increasing the duration of buffs by 1 turn. We will not have our buffs removed or stolen because we will have high resist. And we will also have increased defense and strengthen up the entire match as well. So we're going to have all of these buffs, okay? We're going to have Ally Protect. We're going to have unremovable Ally Protect on the whole team except 𝓑𝓬𝓙. Those Ally Protect buffs are going... every time that ally gets hit, that Ally Protect is going to turn into as well a 40% HP shield. It can't be removed. The shield itself can be removed, but it's okay because what happens if it gets removed is it just refreshes. 𝓑𝓬𝓙 is so sickly overpowered, it's not even funny. So yes, for this build, for this team specifically, if you want to do it this way, you will have to have a 𝓑𝓬𝓙. You will have to have 2 buff extenders. So 𝓑𝓚𝓂 the Chosen is one of them. Hellsprite is another one. Although I probably wouldn't use Hellsprite for this build. Or 𝓑𝓚𝓂 the Chosen. These would be the 2 most ideal ones right here is Godseeker. And 𝓑𝓬𝓐. Now, if you wanted to use a Sandlash Survivor, I guess you could use a Sandlash Survivor in place of Godseeker as well. But 𝓑𝓬𝓐 is kind of a must for this build. Why? Because 𝓑𝓬𝓐 has the shielding on her A1. She's also very fast, and she has continuous heals, block damage at times, and healing. So she'll be giving your team massive heals. 𝓑𝓬𝓙 has strengthens, ally protects, shields, and block debuffs, which is going to come in handy for this type of a matchup. He also has an increased resistor of 60 in all battles, which we're really going to take advantage of in this particular matchup. Okay, Godseeker also has healing. Also has a revive. Won't need it. As we won't need Ursula's revive either. Because our team is going to have so much defense that they're going to take pretty much no damage. The only one that will ever get damaged would be Godseeker and Necrid in this build, because Godseeker takes extra turns, has Relentless Gear on, and Necrid takes extra turns as well, so his buffs might wear off a little bit as well. But they'll get put right back up on the very next turn. And if, in the worst case scenario, one of them ever does go down, we have 2 revivers on the team. One can just pick up the other, and then one can just revive all. So this is a very sturdy team, if I do say so myself. Mausoleum Mage is in there for a very specific reason. He's going to be putting up increased crit rate, increased defense, and block debuffs, and decreased speed of 30% on his A1. And you'll see why I'm using Mauso Mage for another reason here in a moment. And Ursula will be placing Strengthen and Increased Defense. So we are going to always have these buffs up, and they're just always going to be getting increased by Demetha and Godseeker as the match progresses on. It's going to take 40 minutes. It's going to approach the turn count, but we're going to get there 100% of the time if the champions have these masteries. On our buffers, the most important mastery is Solidarity. Increases ally resist by 5 for each buff placed on them by this champion. So, I'm not even going to do the math for you right now, but we're going to have Defiant on Necrit. We're going to have Unshakable on Necrit. And on the buffers as well, we're going to have Lasting Gifts. That's all you need to know. So I have my Necrit build, 259 resist, 236 speed, so he's going faster than Godseeker, and 3000 defense and 82k HP in his shield set. Next on the list is Demetha, and Demetha's running at 274 speed, 311 resist, 39k HP, and 2300 defense. Nothing special about the gear, just get to those stats. She is not going to be in Solidarity, but if you're not having enough resist, you could switch up her masteries, but I have her masteries here for Clan Boss, so I would probably just take the support off and then throw on Solidarity. But we're not going to need this much resist because our other champions in the build have Solidarity. Ursula is in 2-piece Immortal and 4-piece regen, so she'll gain 18% health each turn. And has 72k HP, 2500 defense, 214 speed, and as you can see here, a measly 174 resist. However, she does have Solidarity, and she does place increased attack and increased defense and strengthen. So, and lasting gifts, of course. I cannot stress this enough. Okay? So she'll be placing that on the whole team. Solidarity stacks as well. It just keeps adding up more and more. Godseeker is not in any way, shape, or form a buffer. She's just a buff extender and a reviver. So, Godseeker's stats are in Relentless Gear and 2-piece accuracy, 231 speed, 4000 defense, 43k HP, 107 crit rate, 196 resist, and 207 accuracy. Very easy build. And then Mazo Mage is going to be the big kahuna because he puts up a lot of buffs. 436 resist, 215 speed, 3209 defense, and 47 KHP, and 167 accuracy. So he has Unshakable, and Solidarity, and Lasting Gifts. I will count up. Okay, so we put Nnekrit in the lead, 𝓑𝓬𝓐 followed by Godseeker, followed by Ursula, followed by Mausoleum Mage. And as you can see, they're all running at a pretty good speed. And so let's go in here and we're going to count up the amount of lasting gifts, Solidarity. Just get through these first two waves here. It can be autoed. So even just there, we've only taken a few turns. Can you guys stop doing stuff? Okay, so all of these buffs will have Solidarity. So it's just 5 for each one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 135, 145, 55, 65, 75, 180. So our team has an extra 180 resist plus the 60 resist aura. That's 240 resist. Just off the charts. That's enough resist right there. On top of our lowest on our team, which has like 175 resist. So running effectively for the entire match at 400 resist as the lowest amount of resist on our team. That should be enough to get through any stage of the Doom Tower. And as you'll notice, the team does not do very much damage, but they sure as hell know how to stay alive. That's for sure. Now, those block damage buffs coming in from 𝓑𝓬𝓐 are actually very useful in many areas of the game, such as 𝓑𝓵𝓬𝓬. I was just able to complete my first Doom Tower Hard 𝓑𝓵𝓬𝓬 with pretty much this same team. Because 𝓑𝓵𝓬𝓬 just can't do any damage. So yeah, if you have a Nnekrit, you're in luck. Everyone who has Nnekrit in their account has one of the best champions ever to be created in Raid Shadow Legends. Some are saying that he's better than Siphi. I don't know about that, man, but it'd be pretty damn close. From my point of view. Because you could take Nnekrit in pretty much anywhere in the game that you're struggling with progression. Clan boss, dungeons, arena, Doom Tower, and he is just going to come in there and help you win. He's going to carry your team anywhere. Anywhere you put him in. Now, the nice thing about Mausoleum Mage too is should our team actually take a debuff, like you saw Ursula did there, he'll have a cleanse ready to go, and since he has effectively 700 resist, he's never going to take a debuff, so he'll always be able to cleanse off any debuff that's removable and keep your team just going. You know, they're not going to get provoked. They're not going to get feared. They're not going to get stunned. They're not going to have decreased speed on them. It just keeps the train running nice and smoothly. And that's a problem too, is this wave right here, if you have a very janky, like, speed team, like Allure and Armiger, and you want to just not give the Scarab King a turn, well, your team, this is probably where your run would end, likely, is right against this wave here. If you don't have enough damage to get through this wave, and you don't have a reviver on your team, you're not going to get through this wave. I'm telling you right now, it is a very annoying wave with all of the revive on deaths and the 3 lucky charms, and oh my god, it's just not fun, man. The boss on this level is hard enough. And if you get there and you don't have you have 2 of your champions are on the ground, you're probably not going to complete the level. So let's just test to see if this can be fully autoed out. I'm fairly certain it can. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to be fully autoed out, because we are going to start the match off with full shields anyways. So yeah, we'll always have a shield. And as you notice, even 𝓑𝓏𝓬𝓬 gets a shield, because 𝓑𝓜𝓐𝓏's A1 is actually very useful in this type of a situation. Okay, so here we go into the boss. And he's not going to do any counter-attacking just yet. So we do have time to set up. And we're off to the races, and he's not really doing much to us. Now, why he's hitting so much there is this A2 is places an extra hit on each enemy for each buff on the target. So let's say there's 7 buffs on the target, then he will hit 7 times, but he's only attacking, he is attacking all enemies. So I guess for all the buffs, he should be hitting like 30 times, but he doesn't hit that hard. So the only one that's going to really be taking damage here is 𝓑𝓏𝓬𝓬, and as you can see here, he still has a shield on. Everyone else will have a 𝓑𝓏𝓬𝓬 shield, so their shield is going to be pretty much infinite once we get going here. And as long as we can keep 𝓑𝓏𝓬𝓬 alive, we don't ever have to reset the ally protects, because they'll just always be up. So there we go. We now have ally protect on every single champion on our team, and the Scarab King is frustrated. The Scarab King doesn't know what to do. He's like, why do you all have so much buffs? And now I do not have enough accuracy to remove any of them. So basically what you do now, folks, is you just sit here for 40 minutes as your team autos the Scarab King. And it's nice too, because Scarab King offers better resist gear. He offers resist plus 10% defense instead of just 40 resist. So you could actually farm this boss as well with this team. So we'll kind of get toward the end of the run here, and I'll be back and I'll show you guys. Well, I guess we could just let it run through. Yeah, we'll just let it run through. I'm going to go cook supper.
You wanted some sort of appropriate illustration. A Life magazine article on the effects of LSD. You would have one very simple solution. You would publish the most gorgeous color reproductions and of the versions of the essence and of the illuminations of 𝓬𝓮𝓪𝓻.
Okay, so looks like we might have got through it if it's going to register in the system here for us. Yes, there we go. We got Scarab clause. I was wondering. Okay, yes, great. Immunity for 2 turns plus resist 40. So it's just better immunity gear. It's actually some really good gear to farm. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how that works. Now, if we bring in Venus, we might have a similar result, but it also might fall apart because we're not going to have as many buffs coming from... Actually, let me team set up here. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, see, I think we'll be just fine. I think we'll be just fine, even without... I mean, Necrit may go down, that's my only concern here. Necrit may go down, but we have Godseeker to pick him back up if he does. The only problem is we'll have to restart all the buffs again, and we don't want to have to do that, really. So we'll just hope. Those block damages will help a lot, too. They'll help keep him alive on every third turn. See, even though Necrit went down there, I still think we'll be okay. As long as we can keep pushing along here and just keep popping him back up, we should be just fine. He stole a block damage. No. He stole a block damage buff. And a continuous heal. No way. That's a problem. And he increased the buff duration. Okay, we decreased the buff duration. Great. Oh god. He stole a continuous heal. Okay, that is a good run. That is an even better run. 𝓑𝓐𝓐 healing for 15 million. Wow. Okay. 𝓑𝓐𝓐 is a legendary champion. I don't know if you knew that or not. But she is a legendary support champion. Attacks one enemy 2 times, places a shield buff for 2 turns equal to 10% of this champion's max HP on the ally with the lowest HP except this champion. Increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, then decreases the duration of all ally debuffs by 1 turn. Also heals all allies by 2.5% of their max HP. Heals by a further 2.5% max HP for each turn added to or removed from the duration of buffs and debuffs by this skill. So it just makes it a massive heal when we are adding like 20 or 30 turns in total. We're going to be healing for full. That's what that says. And then places block damage and continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. And that's on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay? So with the little switch off we made there is just Venus with her A1. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing poison debuff for 2 turns. And these are her masteries. She just has Eagle Eye and Retribution. But she's also in 4-piece regen, 2-piece immortal. So she's healing for 18% every turn. These are her total stats. 104k HP. She can solo that boss at when she gets to 120k HP. She can actually solo that boss. 1964 defense. We might need to up the defense number a little bit too. 191 speed, 193 resist, and 194 accuracy. Okay, so I mean that's really it. That's about the best shot I got right now at taking out the Scarab boss. If he didn't get that continuous heal, we would have been looking at probably a 7 or 8 minute run. But that's a farmable run, and that's definitely probably, I would say probably a 99-100% run. 408 turns is not that bad to take out the Scarab King. So there you have it, folks. The Scarab King 20 is definitely a beatable boss. And yeah, if you guys are new to Raid and you for some reason are watching the Scarab King video, whatever, cool dude, go ahead and download Raid right now and sign up with my referral link, which I'll leave in the description, and you can get me some free rewards as you play. You know, you will get free rewards, I'll get free rewards, and it'll be great in that way. So alright, that's it. I'm signing off for now. Good luck with the Scarab King, and I'll be back with another Raid Shadow Legends video in the next one. My name is Andrew, and I'm gone.
The streets are gonna love me after this one, I swear.
Yo.
Another one you've been waiting for. Mad About Bars is here.
Shit. 6. Harlem.
K-Trap. Mischief. Kenny All-Star. Just take that in for a minute. Let's go.
Look, man, rise that skeng. Man ain't raising fists. When I roll up and smoke, I ain't sparking spliffs. Fired up like matchsticks. Get your whole block lit. I'm on the pitch, no practice. I'm on the field, no kit. Talked it up on the net. I'm trying to do man live. Still camp same road. My man got knifed. They do it for the social. Getting hurt for likes. thought you feel too extra. Tryna do man nice. Aye, up and down that up block, man swerving. Man, they slid through, I'm on they block, I'm lurking. Man brought toast, I'm on beef like gherkin. How they talk bare but never put no work in. Move grams, no fuss. Low cool with the drugs. No respect for the dinners. Step tall in that grab. No kisses or hugs. Drive-bys, that's us. Hanging out the window. Passenger side, I'm scrubs. Passenger side, man, lean out. Setbacks and I rebound. Doing trap in that tea house. They talk trap but they ain't seen pounds. I talk trap and I see dough. 36, let them all go. Serve food like Waitrose. 24s, man, ain't closed. Running from feds with the dots, had to chuck it. Run through bands and I know about a budget. If them prices way too high, you need to cut it. And the raw peng shots can't cope, had to cut it. Man, rise that skeng. Man, they raise no fist. When I roll up and smoke, I ain't sparking spliffs. Fired up like matchsticks, get your whole block lit. I'm on the pitch, no practice. I'm on the field, no kit. Taught to up on the net. I'm trying to do man live. Still camp same road. My man got knifed. They do it for the social. Getting hurt for the likes. Thought you feel too extra. Trying to do man nice. Grip heat, that's normal. Ain't had cold feet. Man splash, no snorkel. Dip shallow or deep. My dirt rate awful. Girls think I'm sweet. Still man do what formal. You need a man like me. Turn bread into toast. Buttered up, no jam. Guys getting turned over. Like that 𝓘𝓿𝓮. Little bros too chingy. S-aces and lamb. I wouldn't do it for a friend, but I did it for the fam. No CBT. Still doing that rider. I'm comfy on my block. I all slide in my sliders. Splash like I'm drowning. Crash like a driver. Get done then I'm off. I'm feeling Black China. This dirty hoes too. And it's looking huge. I jog non-stop. Till my stack look huge. I've never liked pets. Still serve kittens food. Ring trap from the AM. Made grands by noon.
Hey, miss.
Gang thing. Mence.
I swear on everything that was savage.
You know.
They ready?
Gang, free the guys.
New year, new patterns. May introducing
Them niggas don't bang, they're lying.
K-Trap.
Do you really mean them bars?
I swear I ain't fucking about with them this
Do
year.
you really mean them raps?
K-Trap, go in, bro.
I'm so low but bait, corner any estate. There ain't no food in this tray, just 6 live corns in this tray. I'm the man that give the OKs, watch that OK get up boy blaze. No case if I do it, no face. Like how many risks did I take? Like how many times did I grab that broom and didn't go sweep my room? Stuff that right in the duffel, and told bro let's smoke some juice. That's all rap, none but facts. You rap but your CV's blank. The man want this and ain't no piss, just out on the block like tramps. Now man in the cannon, it's all for whap, so I don't wanna hear about smoke. Stepped in with a thing that was bigger than leaks, but I ain't got talk, they know. They think I'm 6 cause they see me with bros. From early, that's bro. Bro, phones to the pat needs a re-up. Get the cling, let me fill it with stones. And phones to the boys over them size. With the fours, let me fill it with stones. Bro said to you, fill it till they can't fit nothing at all. I said you know. Tape off roads when I step on smoke. They're talking low, just tell a man watch their lines. I can never tweak on the net, I just get the job done offline. 4 fours and a whiz and them sort of things. Bonfire night when that 40 rings. 100 pounds on the trap line blings. Son a young boy up, sir, then I rap packs and cling. School days I'm unhappy slapping, now I just slap my skin. Brought that back, stuff 2 bells, then I just tap that ting. Get it done one, I'll bring bro, watch him assist that drill. Bust that door, slap that corner, none of our clips they filled. You can bring to the field if you think you drill. Love the rubber grip, but now I got stainless steel. Man, I just crash that corn till man just break that hammer. Phone up M, it could be A or 𝓿, don't matter. I got corn for them niggas, they ain't got no manners. How you talk about smoke, you ain't got no hammers.
There you have it. Little heat to put under your Christmas tree. Man, we don't burn down the whole yard though. Kenny All-Star, Man About Bars Season 2. My dogs, Mish, K-Trap. 𝓵𝓫𝓙𝓏. It's the voice of the streets. When I speak, the streets blood clot listen, yeah?